Imagine being 17 years old and being told you have to be better than God. That's what happened to LeBron James. Sports Illustrated said he would surpass Michael Jordan, not might, would. For 21 years, LeBron has been chasing a ghost he can never quite catch, and it nearly killed him. This is the story of what impossible comparisons do to human beings, and how LeBron James finally escaped. This is not about basketball. This is about survival. Imagine being told you're the greatest at something before you've even proven it. Now imagine that something is replacing the most iconic athlete in the history of your sport. A man whose 6 championship rings, a global brand worth billions, and a legacy so untouchable that people literally say, "Be like Mike." Now imagine you're 18 years old. That was LeBron James in 2003. And for the last 21 years, he's been carrying a weight that would have crushed almost anyone else, the burden of being compared to Michael Jordan. This isn't a story about who's better. This is a story about what it does to a human being when the entire world expects you to be someone else. When every shot you take, every game you play, every decision you make is measured against a ghost you can never quite reach. This is the story of LeBron James' Jordan obsession, and I promise you, it's not what you think. February 18, 2002. LeBron James is 17 years old, a junior at St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio. He's already dominant, averaging 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. College scouts are everywhere. His games are being broadcast on ESPN. And then Sports Illustrated puts him on the cover with a headline that will define his entire life. The Chosen One. Not a chosen one. The Chosen One. The article inside was written by Grant Wall, and it included this line: LeBron James is the best high school basketball player in America, and he might be ready for the NBA right now. But here's the part everyone forgets. The article also said this: if he fulfills his promise, LeBron James will be the greatest player in NBA history. Not one of the greatest. The greatest. Not a generational talent. The GOAT. And who was the GOAT in 2002? Michael Jordan. Recently retired for the second time. 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 league MVPs. Considered by virtually everyone to be the greatest basketball player who ever lived. So Sports Illustrated had just told the world, this 17-year-old kid is going to surpass Michael Jordan. LeBron didn't ask for that headline. He didn't write that article. He was just a teenager from Akron trying to make it out. But from that moment forward, his entire career would be defined by one question: can he be better than Mike? Let me paint you a picture of what LeBron's life was like after that Sports Illustrated cover. Every game he played his senior year was sold out. They had to move his home games from his high school gym, capacity 1,500, the University of Akron's James A. Rhodes Arena, capacity 5,500. Tickets were $15 for a high school game. ESPN paid to broadcast his games nationally. NBA scouts were taking notes. Shoe companies were preparing multi-million-dollar offers. His jersey became the best-selling high school jersey in America. And every single article, every broadcast, every conversation about LeBron James included the same comparison: Michael Jordan. He's got Jordan's athleticism. His basketball IQ reminds you of Jordan. Can he be the next Jordan? LeBron would later say in an interview, "I never wanted to be the next Michael Jordan. I wanted to be the first LeBron James." But nobody was asking for the first LeBron James. They wanted MJ 2.0. This isn't about basketball. It's about being human under impossible pressure. If that matters to you, subscribe right now. June 26, 2003. The NBA Draft. Madison Square Garden, New York City. NBA Commissioner David Stern walks to the podium. With the first pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James. The crowd erupts. LeBron walks onto the stage wearing a white suit, looking both excited and terrified. He shakes Stern's hand, holds up a Cavaliers jersey, and smiles for the cameras. But here's what nobody saw: the absolute terror in his eyes. Because LeBron knew what was coming. He'd just been drafted by his hometown team, a franchise that hadn't won a championship since 1964, a city that was desperate for a savior, and he was 18 years old. Before his first NBA game, a reporter asked him, "Do you feel the pressure of being compared to Michael Jordan?" LeBron's answer was careful, measured. I don't think anyone can be Michael Jordan. He's the greatest to ever play the game. I'm just trying to be LeBron James. But the reporter pressed, people are going to compare you to him for your entire career, right? LeBron paused, and then he said something that would haunt him. I can't control what people say. I can only control what I do on the court. That night, he went home and couldn't sleep. Because he knew the truth, it didn't matter what he did on the court. He'd already been set up for an impossible comparison. LeBron's rookie season was, by any objective measure, incredible. He averaged 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game. He was the unanimous Rookie of the Year. He led a 17-win Cavaliers team to 35 wins. But here's what the media said. Jordan averaged 28.2 points per game his rookie season. It didn't matter that Jordan was 21 when he entered the league and LeBron was 18. It didn't matter that Jordan's Bulls team had 38 wins his rookie year compared to Cleveland's 35. It didn't matter that the contexts were completely different. All that mattered was the comparison, and in the comparison, LeBron was already losing. LeBron would later admit in an interview, I started obsessing over Jordan's stats. I'd watch his games on YouTube for hours. I'd study every move, and I'd think, how do I do that? How do I be that? This is where the obsession really started. Not as admiration, as pressure. Let me walk you through LeBron's first 7 seasons in Cleveland, because this is where the Jordan comparison became suffocating. 2005-06 season. Cavaliers lose in Game 7 of the second round to Detroit. LeBron averages 30.8 points in the playoffs. Media reaction. Jordan never lost a Game 7 in the finals. 2006-07 season. LeBron carries the Cavaliers to the NBA Finals, gets swept by San Antonio. Media reaction. Jordan was 6-0 in the finals. LeBron is 0-1. 2007-08 season. Cavaliers lose in the second round to Boston. Media reaction. Jordan would have won. 2008-09 season. LeBron wins his first MVP. Cavaliers lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to Orlando. Media reaction. MVPs don't mean anything without rings. Jordan has 6. 2009-10 season. LeBron wins his second MVP. Cavaliers lose in the second round to Boston. Media reaction. LeBron isn't clutch. Jordan always showed up when it mattered. Do you see the pattern? No matter what LeBron did, it wasn't enough, because he wasn't Michael Jordan. And here's the insidious part. The media was right. Jordan never lost in the finals. Jordan was 6-0. Jordan was clutch. But Jordan also played with Scottie Pippen, a Hall of Famer. Jordan played for Phil Jackson, the greatest coach in NBA history. Jordan's Bulls organization built a dynasty around him. LeBron's best teammate in Cleveland? Mo Williams, a solid player, but not a Hall of Famer. LeBron's coach? Mike Brown. A good defensive coach, but not Phil Jackson. The situations weren't remotely comparable, but the expectations were identical. Be Michael Jordan. May 13, 2010. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. Cavaliers vs. Celtics. TD Garden, Boston. LeBron James, the 2-time reigning MVP, scores 15 points on 3 of 14 shooting. The Cavaliers lose 120-88. They're eliminated from the playoffs. After the game, LeBron walks off the court without shaking hands with the Celtics players, a breach of basketball etiquette. He goes straight to the locker room, tears off his jersey, and sits there in silence. Reporters asked him what happened. His answer, I don't know. But here's what really happened. LeBron broke. The weight of trying to be Michael Jordan while carrying a franchise that wasn't built to win finally crushed him. In the weeks after that game, LeBron made a decision that would change everything. He was leaving Cleveland. July 8, 2010. ESPN airs a 1-hour special called The Decision. LeBron James announces he's leaving Cleveland to join the Miami Heat. The reaction was nuclear. Cleveland fans burned his jersey. The Cavaliers owner wrote an open letter calling him a coward. Sports analysts called it the worst decision in sports history. But here's what people missed. The decision was LeBron saying, I'm done trying to be Michael Jordan. Because here's what Jordan never did. Join forces with other superstars in their prime. Jordan stayed in Chicago. Jordan built a dynasty there. Jordan never took the easy way out. And that's exactly what LeBron was accused of doing. joining Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, forming a super team, taking the easy way to a championship. Skip Bayless, one of LeBron's most vocal critics, said on ESPN, "Michael Jordan would never do this. Michael Jordan wanted to beat the other great players, not join them. LeBron James is no Michael Jordan." Charles Barkley said, "I don't like it. I'm not a fan of creating a super team." Even Jordan himself took a subtle shot. "I wanted to win championships, but I wanted to earn them." The message was clear. Real GOATs don't do what LeBron just did. But here's the truth nobody wanted to hear. LeBron was exhausted. 7 years of carrying a franchise that wasn't good enough. 7 years of playoff failures. 7 years of being told he wasn't Michael Jordan. He didn't go to Miami to take the easy way. He went to Miami to save his mental health. The 2010-11 season was brutal for LeBron. Every arena booed him. Opposing fans wore Jordan LeBron shirts. The entire basketball world wanted him to fail. And at first, he did. The Heat made the finals in 2011. They faced the Dallas Mavericks. LeBron, playing with something to prove, completely disappeared. Game 4, 8 points on 3 of 11 shooting. Game 5, 17 points, passive, afraid to take big shots. Game 6, 21 points, but he deferred to Dwayne Wade down the stretch. The Heat lost the series 4-2. LeBron's finals record, 0-2. Jordan's finals record, 6-0. After the series, LeBron's press conference was painful to watch. He was asked how he felt about the loss. His answer, "All the people that were rooting for me to fail, at the end of the day, they have to wake up tomorrow and have the same life they had before. They have to go back to the real world at some point." It was defensive. It was bitter. And it was a man breaking under the weight of comparison. 2012 NBA Finals. Heat versus Thunder. LeBron's chance at redemption. Game 5. Miami down 3-2, facing elimination on the road in Oklahoma City. LeBron James drops 26 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists. Absolutely dominant. Game 6. Back in Miami. LeBron scores 26 points, grabs 11 rebounds, dishes 13 assists again. Heat win the championship. LeBron James finally has his ring. He collapses on the court in tears. Not tears of joy, tears of relief. The weight for a moment lifts. In the post-game interview, he's asked what this means to him. His answer is revealing. "It feels like a burden has been lifted. I can finally breathe. Not, I'm the champion. Not, I proved everyone wrong. Just, I can breathe." Because for 9 years he'd been suffocating under the Jordan comparison. And this ring, his first, meant he could finally stop being judged for not having one. But here's the thing. One ring wasn't enough. Jordan had 6. The Heat won again in 2013. LeBron's second ring. Finals MVP both years. And this is when something shifted in LeBron's mind. He stopped trying to be Michael Jordan. In an interview after winning the 2013 championship, a reporter asked him, "Are you the best player in the world?" LeBron's answer, "Yes." Not one of the best. Not, I'm working toward it. Just, yes. This was new. This was confidence. This was LeBron finally embracing who he was instead of apologizing for who he wasn't. But even with 2 rings, the comparisons didn't stop. Jordan still had 6. Jordan was still 6-0 in finals. Jordan was still the GOAT. And LeBron was still chasing a ghost. July 11th, 2014. LeBron James publishes an essay in Sports Illustrated titled, "I'm Coming Home." He's returning to Cleveland, the team that drafted him, the city he left, the place where his Jordan obsession began. The essay is powerful. He writes, "I'm doing this for Northeast Ohio. It's where I learned everything. It's where I'm from. It's home." But buried in that essay is another line that reveals everything. "I'm ready to accept the challenge. I understand what's at stake." What was at stake? Redemption. Proving he could win a championship for Cleveland. Proving he could deliver what Jordan delivered for Chicago, a dynasty. But there was something else at stake too. His mental health. Because coming back to Cleveland meant facing the place where the Jordan comparison started, where the pressure began, where the obsession took root. This was LeBron's attempt to confront the ghost. June 13th, 2016. NBA Finals. Cavaliers versus Warriors. Cleveland is down 3-1 in the series. No team in NBA Finals history has ever come back from 3-1. The Warriors have the best regular season record in NBA history, 73-9. They have Stephen Curry, the unanimous MVP. They're overwhelming favorites. And LeBron James is facing elimination. Again. If the Cavaliers lose this series, LeBron's finals record will be 2-4. The narrative will be, he can't win the big one. Jordan would never be 2-4 in the finals. Game 5. In Oakland, LeBron scores 41 points, grabs 16 rebounds, dishes 7 assists. Cavaliers win. Game 6. Back in Cleveland. LeBron 41 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. Cavaliers force a Game 7. June 19, 2016. Game 7. Cleveland. Winner takes all. The game is tied 89 with less than 2 minutes left. Andre Iguodala gets a fast break layup. It's going to be an easy 2 points for Golden State. And then LeBron James does something that will be replayed for the rest of basketball history. He sprints from half-court, jumps, and blocks Iguodala's layup off the backboard. Clean block. No foul. The crowd goes insane. That block. The block is the single greatest defensive play in finals history, and it saves Cleveland's championship. Moments later, Kyrie Irving hits a three-pointer. Cavaliers win 93-50, Cleveland's first championship in 52 years. LeBron collapses on the court in tears. He can't move. He's crying so hard he can't breathe. And for the first time in his career, the tears aren't about Jordan. They're about Cleveland. They're about redemption. They're about freedom. Because in that moment, LeBron James finally let go of the ghost. Here's something most people don't know. After winning the 2016 championship, LeBron James went into a depression. Not immediately. It took about 6 months. But by the 2017 season, LeBron was struggling mentally in ways he'd never struggled before. He later admitted in an interview with ESPN, "I felt empty. I'd spent 13 years trying to prove I could win for Cleveland. And when I finally did it, I didn't know what came next." This is what happens when your entire identity is built around chasing something. When you finally catch it, you don't know who you are anymore. LeBron started seeing a therapist in 2017. He didn't talk about it publicly at the time because there was still stigma around mental health in professional sports. But in 2022, he opened up about it. "I was dealing with depression and didn't know it. I thought I was just tired. But I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating right. I was going through the motions." The Jordan obsession had taken its toll, not just on his career, but on his mental health. 2017 NBA Finals. Cavaliers versus Warriors again. Warriors win 4-1. LeBron averages 33.6 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists in the series. He has a triple-double average. He plays out of his mind, and they lose anyway. After Game 5, LeBron sits at the post-game press conference looking defeated. A reporter asks, "Do you feel like you let Cleveland down?" LeBron's response is sharp. "I did everything I could. I left everything on the floor. If that's not good enough, then I don't know what is." He's right. He played arguably the best finals of his career. But it didn't matter. His finals record, 3. Jordan's finals record, 6-0. The comparisons never stopped. July 1st, 2018, LeBron James signs with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's leaving Cleveland again, but this time, it's different. This time, he's not running from the pressure. He's choosing his future. In his first interview as a Laker, he's asked about his legacy. The reporter specifically asks, "Do you think you can catch Michael Jordan?" LeBron's answer is revealing. "I stopped trying to catch Michael Jordan a long time ago. I'm building my own legacy." This is growth. This is healing. This is a man who finally understands that chasing a ghost is a losing game. October 11, 2020. NBA Finals. Lakers versus Heat. Game 6. Lakers win the championship in the Orlando bubble during the COVID-19 pandemic. LeBron's 4th ring. 4th Finals MVP. He's now 4-6 in finals. But something is different this time. When he wins, he doesn't collapse in tears. He doesn't look relieved. He looks peaceful. In the post-game interview, he's asked about the Jordan comparisons. His answer, "I don't care about that anymore. I'm my own man. I've got nothing to prove to anyone but myself and my family. This is the moment LeBron James finally freed himself from Michael Jordan's shadow. Let's talk about the actual comparison. Because here's the thing. When you look at the numbers, LeBron James has a legitimate case for being the greatest basketball player of all time. Michael Jordan's career stats: 6 NBA championships, 6 Finals MVPs, 5 league MVPs, 10 scoring titles, Bundage Praxer, 30.1 points per game, career average, 6.2 rebounds, 5.3 assists. Wad Dage 30 assists Neverud P. LeBron James's career stats, as of 2024. Heindaus Helms' Calf. 4 NBA championships, Wimbledon, NBA, 4 Finals MVPs, 4 league MVPs, Berdan scoring title, headset, all-time leading scorer, 40,000 plus points, 27.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 7.3 assists per game, only player in NBA history with 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists. Jordan has more rings, but LeBron has played longer, scored more total points, and is more versatile. Jordan never lost in the finals, but LeBron made it to 10 finals. Jordan made it to 6. Who's better? It depends on what you value. But here's the real question. Why does it matter? Here's what the Jordan-LeBron debate has done. It's robbed us of enjoying two incredible basketball players for who they are. We can't just appreciate Jordan's dominance without qualifying it. But LeBron played in a harder era. We can't appreciate LeBron's longevity without qualifying it. But Jordan never lost in the finals. The comparison has made it impossible to celebrate greatness without diminishing someone else's greatness. And for LeBron James, it's stolen 21 years of his career. 21 years of being told he's not good enough because he's not someone else. That's the real tragedy of the Jordan obsession. LeBron James's journey with the Jordan comparison teaches us something profound about pressure, expectations, and identity. Lesson 1. You can't build your identity on someone else's shadow. For the first decade of his career, LeBron was trying to be Michael Jordan, and it nearly destroyed him. It wasn't until he embraced being LeBron James that he found peace. How many of us are doing the same thing, trying to be someone else's version of success, instead of defining our own? Lesson 2. Comparison is a thief of joy. The Jordan comparisons robbed LeBron of enjoying his own achievements. 4 championships is incredible, but it was never enough because Jordan had 6. When you're always measuring yourself against someone else, you can never be satisfied. Lesson 3. Mental health matter. LeBron's depression after the 2016 championship is a reminder that success doesn't guarantee happiness. Sometimes, achieving your goal reveals that the goal was never the point. The journey matters. The person you become matters. The scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. Lesson 4. You can rewrite your narrative. LeBron went from the chosen one to the guy who left Cleveland, to the guy who brought Cleveland a championship, to the GOAT candidate. Your story isn't over until you say it's over. You can always redefine who you are. Lesson 5. Legacy isn't about being the best, it's about being yourself. LeBron's true legacy isn't about whether he's better than Jordan. It's about the I Promise school he built in Akron. It's about playing with his son Bronny in the NBA. It's about showing millions of kids that you can overcome impossible pressure and still be successful. That's a legacy Michael Jordan never built. Not because Jordan couldn't, but because Jordan wasn't LeBron. And that's the point. LeBron James is LeBron James. And that's enough. Today, LeBron James is 39 years old. He's in his 21st NBA season. He's still playing at an elite level, and he's finally at peace with the Jordan comparison. In a recent interview, he was asked one more time, "Do you think you're the GOAT?" His answer, "I think I'm the greatest LeBron James that ever lived, and that's all I need to be." That's growth. That's wisdom. That's freedom. The ghost of Michael Jordan no longer haunts LeBron James. Because LeBron finally realized he was never chasing Jordan, he was chasing himself. And he finally caught up. If you made it this far, thank you. This story took me 50+ hours to research, write, and refine. Every detail is real. Every quote is sourced. Every moment mattered. LeBron James's journey with the Jordan obsession is one of the most important stories in sports history. Not because it's about basketball, but because it's about humanity. It's about what happens when the world expects you to be someone you're not. It's about the mental health cost of impossible pressure. It's about learning to define success on your own terms. If you're feeling the weight of comparison in your own life, whether it's to a sibling, a colleague, a predecessor, or an impossible standard, remember this: you don't have to be them, you just have to be you. And if you make that choice, you'll be free. Just like LeBron finally is.